All right, so morning everyone, welcome to our lifting session. We're gonna start off with wrist rotations here. We'll go 10 times one direction and then 10 times the other direction. Just getting those wrists nice and loose here for our clean work today. You can also put your hands together like this and just do some wrist rotations like this as well. 10 times one direction, 10 times back the other direction. And then we'll go to the elbows. And then 10 times the other direction here. Woo. Just some big arm circles here, 10 to 15 going backwards. And then big circles going forward. And then we'll alternate back and forth 10 times, opening up that chest, shoulder complex. And then both hands back to front. And then side to side, 10 times here. Right. Then roll those shoulders out. 10 times going backwards. 10 times coming forward. Then back side to side. Oh man, super tight today. Feels amazing. So let's make our way down to the ground so we can take care of our hamstrings, glutes. So lay down. Feet are flexed back towards you. We're gonna do some single leg raises here. Hands out to the side, palms facing up. Keep that rib cage locked down. Bring that foot up and then set it back down 10 times. Keep those quads locked out, the legs nice and straight. And then go to the other leg. And then we're going to go iron cross this side to side. So we're going to take that right foot up to the left hand and then swing it around to the other side. And we'll do anywhere from 10 to 14 reps here, 5 to 7 on each side, depending on how tight you are. And then when you're done, bring those feet in towards the butt. Drive the hips up. Hold for about 5-6 seconds at the top here on this first one. And then we're going to do 15 reps. Hips down, drive them back up. chest. All right, so we're going to keep our feet on the ground. We're gonna cactus arms our hands out to the side. We're gonna do some floor angels here. So keep that rib cage locked down. All right, elbows on the ground, wrists on the ground, press overhead. Not letting the wrist or the elbows or shoulders come off the ground. And then pull those elbows back down to the side, same thing. Elbows stay on the ground, wrists stay on the ground, hands stay on the ground. And then press overhead. And then back down. So we'll go 10 reps here. That was 2. And then we'll make our way up to our feet. We'll grab our barbell, and we're gonna go through our barbell complex. All right, so work on your hook grip here where your thumb sits up onto the bar, and then these fingers come over the thumb, all right? Working on that hook grip. We're just gonna start off with 10 deadlifts, all right? So keep those shoulders back and down. Slight bend in the knees, drive the hips back so you have a nice flat back. Then we're gonna work on that turnover with our muscle clean. So we're just gonna shrug, drive those elbows through, practice catching that barbell right on the shoulders, and the bar sits right up against the neck. All right, so in this front rack position, we're gonna drive your right elbow up, and then go to the left side. We're gonna go side to side here, and you might feel some tension in your lats or your triceps. Just trying to loosen them up a little bit. We'll go about 10 reps side to side here. 5 on each side. And then we'll go back into our muscle clean. Shrug, elbows through. And then we'll go 5 hang cleans. We'll have these in our skill work today. Top of the knee. Shrug it up, pull yourself back under the bar, and then stand. And then we're gonna get to some front squats here. Warm those legs up. We're gonna go 3 seconds down, pause at the bottom. And then stand. We'll go 5 reps here. Now 5 reps at normal tempo or pace. And then take that bar up over your head, bring it to your shoulders, and we'll have good mornings. All right, so I'm gonna turn this way. Pinch those elbows to the side, slight bend in the knees, drive the hips back, and stand and squeeze your butt. 10 times. Now we're going to push press off our back to the front rack position. So we're going to dip, drive the weight overhead, front rack position, dip, bring it to the back rack position. We'll have 10 total reps here, 5 in the front, 5 in the back. And then we'll rest and shake those arms out. Our skill work today, we've been doing a bunch of threes of everything. So 3 clean pulls, 3 tall cleans, 3 hang cleans, 3 squat cleans, 3 squat clean thrusters, something like that. Today we're gonna condense it a little bit. We're gonna do 4 clean pulls, okay? Driving those up, getting a nice shrug through the shoulders, driving the elbows up for 4 reps. And then we're gonna do 3 tall cleans where we shrug, drop under the bar and stand, and then reset our feet. And then we'll go from the hang position and we'll drop into a hang squat clean for 2 reps. And we'll lift every 3 minutes for 4 sets, all right? And then we'll gradually build based on how that feels and how efficient you are in the movement, all right? On part B, we're gonna go through a bear complex. I'll go through that complex when we get there, and then we'll have a conditioning piece at the end, all right? It's a little sprint piece today, all right? So let's walk through this with no weight first. So go ahead and grab your barbell. All right, so our clean pulls, we're gonna start from below the knee, and you'll have a pause below the knee just for a second. So we'll drive the hips back, we'll pause below the knee, we'll come up, and drive those elbows up into a high pull, okay? 4 times here. And then, with your hands in that same position, not using your legs very much at all, or at all, we're going to shrug, and then just drop, practice pulling ourselves under the bar. Shrug and drop. Shrug and drop. All right, and then we're gonna go from the hang position like we did in the warm-up, except for this time, instead of catching in this position, we're gonna catch it in a squat. So we're gonna come here, re-emphasizing that tall clean. And then rest. And then add some weight to your bar. That was a nice little warm up for us. The remote here. All right, so we're gonna do 4 clean pulls, 3 tall cleans, and 2 hang squat cleans. Every 3 minutes for 4 sets, gradually building based off from the weight that you have on your bar now, okay? Going in 10 seconds here. Go ahead and deadlift that weight up. Pausing below the knee and pull. Tall cleans, shrug and drop. Practice getting those elbows through fast. Three reps here. And then hang squat clean. And then add weight if you can. We've been progressing these for about 6 to 9 weeks now. So if you're just jumping on, you can stick to our old 3 clean pulls, 3 tall cleans, 3 hang cleans, 3 squat cleans, and just get used to getting efficient with the breakdown of those 4 pieces of the clean. We have about a minute here before we go into set 2. You work out some of the soreness. Got about 20 seconds here. 4 clean pulls, 3 tall cleans, then 2 hang squat cleans. All right, going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and deadlift your weight up. Pausing below the knee and clean pull. Tall cleans. Hang squat clean. Ooh. Go up if you can. Still have a little over a minute here. Make sure you're staying hydrated. If you're new to these movements, just think through the movements, practice them without the barbell before you grab the barbell. Try to visualize the movement. Got about 45 seconds. All right, we got 10 seconds here. Set number 3. 4 clean pulls, 3 tall cleans, 2 hang squat cleans. And go. Deadlift that weight up. Pause at the bottom of the knee. Three tall cleans. Then 3 hang squat cleans. Add weight for our last set. Next week, we'll flip the same skill work upside down, where we do 2 clean pulls, 3 tall cleans, and then 4 hang squat cleans. Still got a minute here. Got about 30 seconds. After this, we'll strip our barbells down to our starting weight for this clean pull or this skill work. And then we'll go through our bear complex. 15 seconds. All right, here we go. Going in 3, 2, 1, and deadlift that weight up. Bottom of the knee. Clean pull. Tall cleans. Hang squat clean. And then strip down your weight to your beginning weight. All right, so once we got our barbell set up, we'll go through this bear complex. So it's 5 movements. You have a power clean, a front squat, a push press, a back squat, and then a push press off the shoulders. That's why we practice that in our warm-up, transitioning from the front rack to the back rack position. All right, so we'll pull it from the ground, and I'll show you with the PVC pipe here. We'll pull it off the ground, we'll clean that weight, then we'll front squat it, then dip, drive the weight overhead, and bring it to the back of our shoulders. Back squat it, and then dip, drive the weight off, back to the shoulders, back to the hips, back to the ground. And we're gonna go through that 3 times. Ideally, we would do 3 unbroken rounds of the bear complex without having to put your barbell down. All right, so you'll go through all 5 of those movements 3 times without having to put your barbell down on the ground, reset. All right? As you get those movements down, you can start taking your power clean and front squat and push press and turning it into a squat clean thruster, which takes care of all 3 of those separate movements into one. Bring the barbell to your back and do a back squat thruster off your shoulders, and then bring it to the front. So instead of having 5 separate movements, you can have 2 compound movements. And what that would look like is, instead of breaking them down, you would come here, you would squat clean it, thruster it overhead, bring that bar to your shoulders, back squat it to a thruster overhead, bring it back to your hips, and then set it down for your next set, okay? For our first set, we're going to break everything up into individual movements, okay? We're gonna go in 30 seconds here. We're gonna go every 4 minutes for 4 sets. So if you wanna watch me, like take a few seconds and watch me before you go, or listen to my cues as we go through it. And then the next set, we'll try to put everything together, okay? Going in 5 seconds here. So first thing's going to be the power clean, and go. Clean it all the way up into that front rack position. Then front squat it. And then dip. Drive that weight overhead into a push press. Bring the bar to the shoulders and the back. Back squat it. And then push press. And then come back to the front. Back to a clean. There you go. Back to the front squat. Push press. Back squat. Push press. One more time through. Clean. Front squat. Push press. Back squat. Push press. If you have bumper plates and you're in your own place, drop your weights if you want to. If you're not in your own place, it's not your weight, just control it back down. All right? So that was 3 times 3. The next round, I'm gonna do a squat clean thruster into a back squat thruster. I'm not gonna go up and weight this next time. Just work on my movements. And then on the last 2 sets, I'm gonna add weight. Out of breath. We still have a couple minutes here, so. Actually, should add some weight for this round. It's a nice long rest. You want that rest so that even if you're not lifting heavy, and this is new to you, you still want to have time to visualize the movements in the complex as you're doing it. Let your hands recover, let your muscles recover from all the transitioning that we're doing in this particular complex. This is a very popular standard barbell complex. So if you can do this with a barbell, and then you can start gradually adding weight to it, you're gonna build strength as long as you're focusing on the technique of the movements and your actual form in your squats, okay? So we've got another minute here. What's up, Chase? You got 30 seconds. All right, so as we get closer to this, instead of power cleaning it, then front squatting it, and then push pressing it, you can squat clean thruster it, bring it down to your shoulders, back squat thruster it off your shoulders, and then control it back down for your next rep. We're still going through the complex 3 times, okay? Going in 10 seconds here. Here we go. We're going in 3, 2, 1, and go. And then rest. Woo! That's 2 down, 2 to go. Oh. It doesn't take long to get through the complex if you're efficient, but it is heavy and does get that heart rate up quite a bit. And on this complex, you might end up somewhere very close to where you were on our skill work at the beginning. Just because if you struggle with a movement on the skill work, you're probably going to struggle with that movement in the complex, which is going to keep you from lifting heavier than you need to until you dial in that movement and pattern. And then you'll start feeling more comfortable, more efficient, more confident, and you'll be able to add more weight and you'll get stronger through the movements. Still got 90 seconds here. I feel like I could probably go right now, but I wouldn't be able to build very heavy through this complex. So one thing you can do, if you really enjoy this complex, one thing you can do is you can keep the weight down to an empty barbell or a very light barbell. And you can set yourself up a 10, 12, 15, 17, 20 minute AMRAP.
and then just go through the complex 2, 3, 4, 5 times, rest, shake it out, and then continue to go through it with just an empty barbell to really dial in those movements. And you'll realize at that 12-minute mark, 15-minute mark, 17, 20-minute mark, wherever you're at, you've got a really, really good conditioning workout in, as well as practicing all of those movements. So think about that if you really enjoy these barbell movements. These are very basic barbell movements, and you can really get a great workout in, a high calorie burn, and practice your Olympic weightlifting with just an empty barbell. We got 20 seconds here. This is our third set. We're going through it 3 times. All right, here we go. We're going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Rest when you're done. Oh. And just to give you an idea of this complex, this is only about half of the complex. A full round of the bear complex is 7 rounds through it. That equals 1 rep. So we're still scaled and we're still moving through it just to get better. We're still practicing. 7 times through, weight wouldn't be nearly this high. So I told you about the AMRAP part. So now, with knowing that a bear complex is 7 of these 5 reps 7 times through to equal 1 rep. If you want to practice this in a different type of format, you can use an empty barbell, go through this combination or this complex 7 times, rest about 30 seconds, no more than a minute, go through it again 7 times, rest 30 seconds to a minute, go through it again 7 times, rest 30 seconds to a minute, and do that 7 times. Now you've officially completed the bear complex. All right? That's right. The bear complex is 7 times through for 7 rounds to complete the bear complex. So we got 90 seconds here. This will be our last set of this complex, and then we'll get set up for our conditioning piece, which you don't need a jump rope, but it helps to have a jump rope. And if you have a box or something to jump up onto or onto and to the other side of, will help you on our workout, but you don't need to have it exactly the way we're doing it to get a good workout of it. Still got about 40 seconds. We'll hit this last complex. There's a lot of resting in our lifting session, which I don't mind. All right, got 10 seconds. Mentally get ready for this next set. Going in 5 seconds. You have 4 minutes to complete this, so you don't have to rush, right? Think about your movements and go. Oh. Whew. Failed rep. It's okay. It's all good. And if you're able to do thrusters with this weight, this might be a good weight for your heavy thruster in our workout coming up. So every 3 minutes, if you have a jump rope, you're gonna do 30 double unders, or 60 singles, or 20 lateral hops over the bar, all right? So jumping over the bar 20 times. If you have a box or something to jump onto or up and over that's 20 to 24 inches high, we're gonna do 10 box jump overs. And then we're going to end that round with 3 heavy thrusters. All right, clean it up, squat, press, squat, press, squat, press. You don't have to go back to the ground once you clean it up. All right, then we rest the remainder of that 3-minute clock. And we'll have anywhere from 4 to 5 rounds. We'll see how everyone feels at round 4. All right, I'll see how I feel at round 4. Ideally, we'll get 5 rounds in here, all right? So take another minute or so, grab your jump rope, grab a box or something to jump onto. All right, so usually on these lifting sessions, we'll do clean work, snatch work, something like that. And then within, at the end of it, the last 10, 12, 15 minutes of the class, we'll try to take something that we learned and incorporate it into a conditioning piece. So today we got thrusters, okay? Slide this over here a little bit. All right. So we're gonna be on our jump rope first or lateral hops over the bar. Again, if you're doing lateral hops over the bar, it's only 20, it's not 30. This should be fast, okay? Just make sure you're watching that bar so that you don't clip your heels and fall over or land right on top of that bar, okay? On your box jumps, if you're only being able to jump on top of something, do 7 reps, okay? If you're able to jump on top and over to the other side, do 10. The reason is when you do box jumps, we want you to stand all the way up and step down. When you do box jump overs, you're still in a crouched position and you can go a little bit faster, all right? So it's a faster movement. And then you're gonna end with thrusters, which is basically cleaning that weight up, press out of your squat, back to your shoulders, press out of your squat, back to your shoulders, press out of your squat for 3 reps. So 30, 10, and 3, or 20, 7, and 3, okay? And we're on a 3-minute clock here, so you're doing these as fast as you can. Ideally, we're done at 1 minute 30 seconds, so we have 1 minute 30 seconds of rest, ideally, okay? If we're running up over that 2-minute mark, then I want you to cut something back, either cut back a box jump, cut back 1 rep on your thruster, something like that, all right? So that way we have enough work rest time. All right? I think that's enough instruction here. We'll get into this. And you guys can fix things as we go. All right, we're going in 10 seconds here. And go. Good. And then your 3 thrusters. That might be a little heavy for me today. And we're resting. Take this down to 135 instead of 145. Because I felt like 185. So it's 1 down. We got 30 seconds. We'll hit round 2. Whew. All right, here we go. We got 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and go. What in the world? What in the hell? There we go. Whew. Down. Still got about a minute of rest. We'll hit set number 3. Now you know why we have this rest time. Okay, 30 seconds here. See if I can actually do some jump rope here. Hasn't happened yet. I think it's time for a new cable. All right, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Ooh. And we're resting. That's 3 down. We got 2 more in us. Less than a minute. Yeah, 30 seconds here. Round 4. Ten seconds. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. One more to go. 2 minutes of rest. We got a minute here. Last set coming up. Ooh, man. 30 seconds. Last set. All right, going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. And your lifting session is done for today.